Our planet is in a constant state of motion, not just moving around the sun, but also spinning on its axis. In fact, the Earth's rotational speed is about 921 miles per hour at the equator. That's fast, but it's also incredibly smooth and consistent. But what if that changes? What if the Earth suddenly stops spinning? As a kid, this might have been a fantasy, a world where you could run up to the North Pole and then take a single step to the South Pole. But in reality, if the Earth suddenly stops rotating, we're all gonna die. Well, some of us might live, but life as we know it would definitely come to an end. First off, the ground beneath our feet would feel like it's shaking violently as the Earth's crust readjusts to its new state of being a non-rotating sphere. Then a new force called Coriolis force would start to take hold. It's currently pretty weak due to the Earth's rotational speed, but without that rotation, it would become thousands of times stronger. This force affects anything that's not attached to the Earth's surface, including cars, planes, buildings, and people. The result: massive destruction on a global scale. But let's say somehow you survive unscathed. You might think that you could now walk from the North Pole to the South Pole in one step. But the Earth is actually slightly wider at the equator than it is at the poles. So even though the rotational speed is faster at the equator, your feet would still be closer together. If you were to take that step, you would be walking down a rather steep hill. The ground beneath your feet would be rushing towards the equator, which is now closer to the center of the Earth. Without the centrifugal force created by the Earth's rotation, gravity would pull everything towards the center of the planet. And because there's nothing to counteract that force, everything would literally be pulled towards the center of the Earth. So if you survived the initial jolt when the Earth stopped spinning and managed to stay upright despite the intense gravitational pull, congratulations, you've just entered the Earth's core. Not exactly the trip to the South Pole you were hoping for. But we're not done yet. There's one more thing you have to worry about. Without the Earth's rotation, there would be no more day and night. One side of the planet would be blasted with solar radiation, while the other side would be plunged into darkness. And since the Earth's axis is slightly tilted, one pole would receive far more sunlight than the other, creating an extreme climate that would kill off any life that it came into contact with. So yeah, in conclusion, don't worry, the Earth isn't gonna stop spinning anytime soon.